Yo, what's good, YouTube? It is your boy Charles here from the CG Sports Podcast, and today this is the first of hopefully many episodes that I want to make here that are just kind of going to be shorter videos where we just kind of talk about specific subjects. They'll probably be a bit on the shorter side, but I am looking to make more videos like these just because I think there's certain topics that I just want to dedicate full videos to. And today's, as you can see from the title, is going to be about the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, at one point, the Cincinnati Bengals were the top team in the AFC. But I'm telling you right now, and I have said it since the beginning of the season, I am not a believer in the Cincinnati Bengals. I know a lot of people are saying, they're finally getting it together. They have a good receiving core. I will commend them. Jamar Chase has looked great. T. Higgins has been back to his usual. Tyler Boyd's been a little slow, but still solid. Joe Burrow's looking like he did before his devastating injury last year. Joe Mixon continues to be efficient at running the ball. But I am not a believer in the Cincinnati Bengals. I do not think they are any different from the teams we have seen in the past, despite one thing, and that is that they have a playmaker at the receiver position. But other than that, everything seemed to be just about usual. Just to prove my point, we're going to go ahead and look at some of the wins that the Cincinnati Bengals have gotten. We start off with week 1 against Minnesota. A legitimate win. I will give the Bengals full credit for winning that game. That was a great game for Joe Burrow. They outplayed Minnesota, so I commend them for that. Week 2, they go to Chicago, go to Soldier Field and match up with the Bears. They lose 20-17, including a Joe Burrow pick 6 that single-handedly costed them that game. Even after throwing 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, it still wasn't enough because of one mistake. Tough loss for them. Then, their second win of the season comes against Pittsburgh. This was at the time where Big Ben could not throw the ball more than 15 yards in front of him, and he said it himself. He does not have the arm like he used to. I'm not impressed with a win over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then, we go to week 4. They beat the Jaguars, arguably already the worst team last year, and they started off this year really, really bad and still haven't picked up very much, and they only beat them by 3 points. They beat a top 3 worst team in the NFL by 3 points. Not proving anything to me. They go to Green Bay. This was the game where a kicker could not make a field goal to save their life. It was a very strange game, but nonetheless, the Packers came out on top in overtime, and that it was a great win for them. But once again, I commend them for keeping it close, but a loss is a loss. Then you go to the next week. They play the Detroit Lions. Yes, you beat the Detroit Lions, but they don't even have a win yet. This is not something that impresses me. And then this is where people really started to turn the corner about the Bengals. It was in this game where they upset the Ravens 41-17. Now, while that is impressive, I think it is nothing but a fluke. We cannot sit here and act like the Bengals are a contender in the AFC. I'm so tired of hearing it. Yes, they beat Lamar Jackson. Yes, they beat Baltimore. It does not mean a thing to me. Nothing. It's worthless in my eyes. That's what I'm seeing right now. Now you move on to last week. They matched up with the New York Jets, and they lose 34-31, allowing Mike White, a backup quarterback who probably last week was sitting on a couch doing nothing, to put up 400 passing yards on their defense. Lead the whole NFL in passing yards that week, and comes away with a 34-31 lead. Now I know what you're saying. Oh, the Bengals are still 5-3. They still have a chance of the playoffs. They're in the wild card right now. Right now, I will agree with you. They are in the wild card picture. They would be a playoff team if the season ended today. But take a look at the schedule they have upcoming. They still have to play the Browns twice. In my eyes, that's 2 losses. They got to play the Chargers. That is a loss. They have to play the Ravens. That is a loss. They have to play the Broncos. That is a loss. They have to play the Chiefs. That is also a loss. They have 9 games left in this season, and I realistically only see them winning 1 of them, and that is when they go back to Pittsburgh on November 28th. All the other games, I see them losing, and at that rate, they're going to finish off the season 5-12, and that is clearly a miss playoffs. And even if you do want to give them the 1 win over Pittsburgh, 6-11, that's still not a playoff team. It's really not. So we need to stop sitting here and treating the Bengals like they're some big contender, because yes, while their record looks nice at the moment, they are not proven. They have not been a legitimate contender, and that is why I can't sit here and be confident in them. If they come up with some big wins, if they could beat Cleveland, if they can maybe beat Vegas, if they could beat the Chargers, if they could come up with wins over the Niners, get the Broncos. Well, the Broncos aren't really a good team anymore, but you get what I'm saying. These important games that are big proving, I think it'll be a big proving ground for the Bengals to prove that we are a serious team to worry about in the AFC. But until then, I'm going to sit here and tell you that the Cincinnati Bengals are nothing but a fluke who happen to pull away some wins against some bad teams. And even when they played one of the worst teams in the league, they still couldn't come up with a win. They let a backup QB put up 34 on them with arguably one of the worst offenses in all of football. So that's all I got for this. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you guys want more little short videos like this discussing specific topics. And we are going to go ahead and get on up out of here. It's been your boy CG, and I'm out. Peace.